Welcome back to Cosmic Garden, Tarot and Hypnosis. I hope you're having a great day. This reading is all about what is ready to bloom in your life. And we're going a little bit of a different route with some more earthly, grounded cards and some raw crystals, just bringing in all of the elements of earth here. So as you can see, I have already shuffled the piles just because I thought it would save a little on time. So that is done, but just know that I just finished shuffling. I didn't really look at the cards yet, so we'll find out what they are together and we'll get those messages in real time. But just another explanation about how this channel works. Obviously, this tarot pick a card, you pull or you choose the pile that you feel most pulled towards. You can choose by the pile itself, you can choose by the crystal. Sometimes when I watch these videos, I like to kind of pause the video, I close my eyes, and then when I open them, whatever my vision is drawn to first, whichever pile is the one that I go with. So that is totally up to you, however you feel like you resonate with the piles and which one you want to pick. And then you go down to the timestamps below, you choose that timestamp, and it'll take you directly to your reading. Just remember that this is a collective reading, and some of the messages may resonate and some of them may not, and that's okay. You just take what resonates with you and move on. And I will say that if a pile resonated with you, something is going to be for you. There will be a message, even if it's not overall, so I suggest listening to it all the way through. You can listen to more than one of these messages and one of these piles if you feel called to as well, if you just can't make up your mind. I know some people like to listen to all three and then decide which one is for them afterwards. So that is totally up to you. And then something that's different about my channel, if this is your first time seeing me, is that I am a hypnotherapist and I like to combine tarot with hypnotherapy, or at least right now, just hypnosis, since it's not a one-on-one type session. And so once we figure out what the theme is for each pile, I like to go ahead and make a hypnosis video that I will attach to it that has to do with that theme. In this case, it's going to be calling in what is ready to bloom in your life. So we're going to take down some barriers for anything that might be blocking this from coming to you. We're going to invite it in without any blocks or resistance. And so if you notice that when you watch these tarot videos, not mine necessarily, but other people's, you get the messages, they resonate, you're so excited to implement that into your life, and then by the next day you've forgotten what those messages are. It's in one ear and out the other. It's really great to listen to in the moment, but there's really no concrete way to embrace it and integrate it into your life. And so that's where we take it a step further here in Cosmic Garden, where I give you the messages, and then I also give you a hypnosis recording that you can listen to later or whenever you want, and that will just embed some of this into your subconscious and help you make those changes and integrate that into your life. You can listen to those as many times as you want. I suggest listening to them before bed, but make sure that you're not driving or doing anything that where you can get distracted or and potentially have any kind of dangerous situation. Hypnosis is just a light trance or a deep trance, depending on how long you're going. And it's kind of like a meditation. That's what it feels like. And all I'm going to do is give you some positive suggestions on how to bring in whatever this is into your life. And so if you have any other questions about what hypnosis is, I do have a welcome video on my channel that kind of goes into that in a little bit more detail. So feel free to go watch that as well. But we will go ahead and jump right into pile one. All right, pile one, welcome, welcome. If this is your pile and you chose this, I'm not even going to try. I can't think of the crystal name for it right now, but it is a very beautiful red raw stone. If you chose this pile with the red stone, this is going to be your reading today. And like I said in the intro, I did already shuffle the cards. However, we will find out what the messages are together here on camera. So I'll go ahead and lay out all the cards, let you know what they are, and then we'll get into the messages. And I am using the Spirit Song Tarot. I thought that this was a really cool earthy deck to use for this reading, because we're talking about blooming. All right. Then we have our tea leaf cards, which I love. These are pretty much straightforward. They're kind of like little prediction cards. Super easy to get the messages across. Okay, so as far as our tarot goes, we're looking at the Star, peace and healing. We're looking at strength, courage, and endurance. These cards have a little bit of their own meaning, so I like to make sure that I'm reading them correctly. And the Three of Acorns, which would be the Three of Pentacles, foresight and exploration is what that one is looking at. And see how they have foresight and exploration, whereas like the typical Three of Pentacles might be more teamwork and working together type situation. So I'll probably pull out the book for these and we'll read a little bit to see exactly what those messages are. And then we have here in my soul coaching oracle cards, we have commitment, number 10. We have, as far as I have these fun time oracle cards that just kind of give a general time frame of when you think this will start, when you'll start to feel this coming in. Your card says tomorrow, which is great news. My guess is you've probably already been working on something that is allowing this to come in very quickly. You might have been doing some shadow work, or you might have been doing, maybe there's been a big change in your life. And so you're already going to start to reap those rewards. And maybe this reading is unlocking something for you. And that's why tomorrow is as quickly as this is going to come in. And we'll get more stuff as we go, because these are actually really interesting. I'll just go ahead into these because these are really interesting. So we have the bird flying and the bird perched, which is really interesting. I swear I shuffled the cards and I've used this deck before, so they shouldn't have come out next to each other. The bird flying is news is on the way, and then the bird perched is waiting for news, a package, or a letter. And then the diamond is you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. All of those kind of tie in very nicely. So I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow something came in the mail, or you got some kind of interesting or good news, or you get some kind of gift from somebody. The diamond makes me think of commitment, and which is funny because this card literally says commitment. So maybe this is a relationship situation. We'll get some more information as we go, but maybe this is you're going to be proposed to, or you're going to get engaged, or if you are already married and in a relationship, maybe this is something. This could be a new relationship coming in, possibly. But also, if you're already married, or this could be just a new level of commitment, taking that relationship to another level, maybe overcoming some relationship issues, quite possibly. So we also have, this is from my Inner Temple Oracle, which I thought was kind of relevant here just because it's about your inner world, like, what is blooming in your inner world as well as your outer world. And so we have the masks we wear. I have a little bit of an intuition of that, but I'll probably break into the guidebook for that one as well. And then we have, for my Animal Elders Oracle, we have the Elder Horse. It says, honor your sensitivity, with number 23. And then we have, with this one, this is my Ancient Stones. Yeah, my Ancient Stones Oracle. Again, very earthy. This says, see the beauty, gratitude, the sacred is everywhere. So let's break out the guidebook for the Spirit Song Tarot, just to kind of make sure that I'm getting these accurate. And first I want to say you have two major arcana, the Star and Strength. And not only that, but this is number 17, which breaks down to an 8. And then Strength is also the 8 card. So maybe the Lionsgate portal, which is literally this week that I am filming this. I don't know if the video will be up before that, but that Lionsgate portal could be very significant to you. And actually, it's in like 2 days. I'm filming this on the 6th. That could end up hurting me if I don't get this posted till next week. But maybe you're doing something with the Lionsgate portal, calling something in with that. And so that might be why tomorrow is so significant. It's literally within the next couple days. So, of me filming this at least. And I'm a mom and have a lot of things going on, so this video may not actually be posted till the following week, but just know that that is significant. And so is the number 8 for you. We also have number 10 down here, which usually will go down to a number 1, but we could also look at the 10 as like completion. And then if you're stepping into something else, literally tomorrow, that could just be this is the end of something as we're moving to something else. And I don't think, and 23 breaks down into 5, and that means change. So all of that kind of tells me that you're in a great period of change here, and we are just literally waiting on to hear what that is. And you might have an idea already, and that's great. So let's see. We're going to read strength first. So it says, Elephant balances strength and gentleness, but the main source of her strength is love. Instead of using her strength to exert power over others, she uses it to keep others from exerting power over her. Her strength shines in her compassion, her self-esteem, and her levels of endurance. Her faith and her spiritual strength keeps her resilient. The spirit of the elephant is a reminder of what your life's motivation is, fueling you with the drive and inner strength to pursue it. Awesome. So we have self-control, inner strength, courage, compassion, love, patience, vision, and endurance. And again, of course, it talks about love. So I'm just going to throw that out there. This may have nothing to do with love. Don't go ahead and click off if you're not ready for a relationship. There will be other messages in this reading. But if it does happen to do with love or a relationship to something else, it could be a relationship to money, perhaps. It could be a relationship with friends. It could be a relationship with traveling. I mean, I don't know. It could be literally anything. So take that as it resonates for you. Then let's find the star. The swan, peace and healing. The tranquil guiding light of swan brings the promise of change for the better, which is what we were just talking about, change. She moves gracefully through the healing waters of trust, knowing that all is possible and that all can be rejuvenated. She is here to ignite the light of faith within your heart. She guides you to elevate your sights upon a bright and beautiful future. Whether your destination is planned or not, after emotional upheaval comes the joy of greater health, discovering your spiritual gifts beyond anything you've experienced before. Believe in yourself and hold true to your heart's deepest wishes. You are well on your way to achieving your highest potential. Peace, healing, optimism, promise, inspiration, recovery, and vision. And that kind of ties into just the messages coming in, she's trusting, ignite the light of faith within your heart. This is all like things that are blooming within you as well. So that's really cool. And then of course the 3 of acorns, like I said, is the, typically the 3 of pentacles. Let me see. If I can find it. All right, 3 of acorns, which is the giraffe. With the gift of higher perception, giraffe can spot what lies over the horizon. The fundamental segment of a venture has been realized, and from her standpoint, fresh opportunities are being revealed. The wheels have been set in motion and momentum is building. What did we talk about, right? You've already been doing some of the work. Optimism will carry you a long way, and your potential for productivity is favorable. Set your sights on the path ahead and thoughtfully consider where your life is headed. Carry your vision forward, be open to new prospects. So obviously something new is going to be coming in soon because we have news coming in. We're just kind of waiting for whatever that news is, whatever that gift is. All 3 of them have kind of touched on, something is building, or we have a sense of like inner realization or inner strength, inner trust. And so we just need to keep that moving forward. And I just love these cards. They're so beautiful. Okay, so those were our tarot. And then obviously the tea leaves are a little bit more obvious. And then, so commitment, I do feel like there either will be commitment coming in if this is a relationship proposal type situation for you. However, I think you've already been making this commitment towards this change, towards whatever it is that's blooming. This commitment you've already made it. Like in your mind, it's happening, and you are like ready to jump into that next stage and have that change, which is probably why it feels like it's coming in very quickly. So congratulations, you've kind of already made that step in. And then the masks we wear is very interesting. I'm going to see if I can find where that is in the guidebook. To me, a mask is like what we are showing the world versus who we really are. And I am totally guilty of this and trying to get over this in my own my own way as well. But here it looks like the mask is coming off, right? I don't feel like this mask is being put on. I think it's being taken off. So part of this journey, part of this blooming might be just you coming into yourself, into your authenticity, and that is going to draw in so many opportunities and so many things. And again, that's a lesson I'm learning myself, which is one of the reasons why I started this channel. So I totally am right there with you on that. But I do feel like you are shedding these masks. You don't feel the need to put them on. A personal story for me is that just growing up, I fit in with everybody. I literally fit in with everybody, but I never felt like I had my own people. And I think that's because I was so good at reading people. I was so good at becoming the person that each group of friends wanted to have in their friend group that I kind of lost my way and who I was. And while it was nice to fit in with every single group, I was never like the first person they called to hang out with. I was always just an extra invite to the sleepover or the birthday party or whatever it was. So I went to all of these bigger gatherings and these superficial things, but I never quite had a friend that I could literally tell everything to. That was just this deep part of me that I never truly had like that best friend type situation. And I kind of feel like maybe that's not, exactly your story, but I do feel like you put masks on, whether that's you're a little neurospicy and you wear a mask because that's just how you had to get through life. Or maybe you're a little bit like me and you've put on these masks to fit in, to make it feel like you belong, when in reality, becoming your, authentic self and committing to that is going to draw in those people that have supposed to be there the whole time. You're going to draw in the people that are most like you and those soul families and those soul ties. And that just, that's so important. And I feel like maybe that's one of the changes that you've been making. You've made that commitment towards just being your authentic self. And I think that that's huge. And again, that'll bring in so much abundance in so many other areas. Now, this Animal Elders deck where you got the horse, I have never actually used this deck before. It seemed to call to me for this reading, and so I went ahead and pulled it out, but I still had the band of paper around the cards, so this is my first time, especially because you were pile 1, so it is literally my first time reading this. So we're going to go ahead and pull out the guidebook for this one as well. And the description for this one is on page 66. So that is a, repeating angel number. So if that is significant to you, amazing. All right. So it says, honor your sensitivity. Elder Horse trots across the wildflowers into your cards to affirm the current heightened sensitivity of your heart and spirit. As incredibly attuned begins, horses invite you into the spaces and places inside yourself that feel extra perceptive and acutely aware. This elder holds incredible physical and emotional sensitivity, as well as powerful muscles that allow them to travel far. It is in this way that they remind you that your sensitive nature is a strength and not a weakness. Just as Elder Horse can sense emotions, shifts in energy, and even potential threats, you too are asked to trust your ability to feel moments deeply. Because sensitivity has often been shamed in our younger selves, we are frequently conditioned to turn away from the unpredictable nudges of our body and spirit that offer us. Horse always trusts their acute senses and reacts accordingly with the swish of the tail or a swifter gait. And this elder is here to support all that you are feeling and picking up on. So it kind of goes to what I was talking about with the masks, right? I was talking about how, in my personal story, I was able to figure out what each group wanted in a friend, and I kind of became that person. So you may be more sensitive, but what it's saying here is to honor that. Like, that is not a weakness. That is literally a gift. And it's right underneath. That's so funny. Things are not, there's no coincidences here. As I'm saying that that's a gift, it's literally under the diamond card where you'd be receiving a gift or giving or receiving a precious gift. And so maybe this gift is just you recognizing that that is an ability. It is not something that is to hinder you. Yes, it is probably something your subconscious has put in place to keep you safe, but you can reframe that as a gift, something that you just can't let it overtake you, right? You can't sit in the sensitivity. You have to recognize it, get the lesson that you're supposed to learn from it, and then embrace that and move on. And so that is, yeah, I think just honoring that. Like, you don't have to change that piece of you. If that's something that you're wearing the mask for to hide your sensitivity, it's time to take that mask off. You can show your sensitivity. There's a strength in that, actually. Like, think of if you've been hiding your sensitivity to others, that tells your subconscious that there is a reason that you want to hide it, right? So there's a sense of strength in releasing that mask and showing your true authentic self and showing your sensitivity. There's a strength in that. And I think once you start embracing that authenticness of yourself and we take those masks off and we make that commitment, you're going to start to see those gifts coming in. And this could also play off some news. Maybe there's something that happens that just gives you the strength to do that. And then this, see the beauty, gratitude, the sacred is everywhere. So again, this kind of ties back into the sensitivity piece. It's just see the beauty in your sensitivity. See the beauty in what you feel like are your flaws, because they're not flaws. They're actually strengths. They are strengths. And it's time to reframe that piece and see the beauty in that. Have some gratitude for what they've done for you and the person that they've turned you into today, right? We've all had to adapt and move through life, but we need to have some gratitude for that and the changes that we've made. Awesome. I'm trying to decide which direction I want to go with your hypnosis, because I feel like we could take it as embracing your authentic self and letting that shine. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Let's do that for your hypnosis. We'll embrace what's blooming in you right now is your authentic self. And we want to show that authentic self to the world, even if it's a little bit sensitive, even if it doesn't quite fit the mold in your inner circle. And once we start embracing our inner self and we start to let that bloom within ourselves, you'll notice the right people coming in. You'll notice the right community, the right opportunities, the right news, the exciting things that are going to light you up. And that will just validate even more that's the reason, that's like the way you want to go. Words are hard today. I've literally been dropping everything too. So I don't know, maybe you shouldn't be filming this today, but let's do that. We'll do blooming with your authentic self and bringing that in for you. And with that, we'll make sure there's no blocks, that it comes in really smoothly. And this will just bring so much more smoothness to your life. And I really hope that you take that in, go listen to the hypnosis. And it's literally 11:11 as I'm saying that. So super exciting. I think this is like a super spiritually charged reading. I hope it resonated with you. Let me know if it did down in the comments. And don't forget to check out that hypnosis that's paired with it. It should be up in the cards right now. All right, bye. Okay, pile 2. If you chose this really pretty citrine, it kind of looks like a clear quartz, but I do actually believe it's citrine. Citrine raw gemstone. Oh, and I have not removed that one, so there we go. I try not to edit these videos, so we're just gonna leave that in. But I did forget to take the crystal out from pile 1. So this is, again, pile 2, and the topic of this reading is what is blooming within you right now, what is trying to bloom into your life. And I've already pulled your cards, but we're going to go ahead and look into them together. And so I'll just lay them all out for you, and then we will read them as one big reading. So these are our tarot cards. This is the Spirit Song Tarot, which I just think is gorgeous. Actually, fun fact, this was like the very first tarot deck that I got that was my own. I think I had borrowed a couple when I was dabbling in it at the very beginning back in 2019. But this was the first tarot deck that really drew me in, and I bought with my own money. I was like super excited for it. So that's kind of a little fun fact for you. And then I'll walk you through all of these as well and what they are. And there's really no particular order to this if you're wondering. Just kind of whatever comes out, comes out. Okay, so we have the Traveler, which is the 0 card, and this is the Fool in tarot if you're familiar with the traditional tarot, but these have a little bit different meanings. And so we have adventure and potential for that, which is, new beginnings, just get started, take that first step kind of a situation with the Fool and the Traveler. 10 of Crystals, and I've been having some been questioning myself as to whether I have the correct element signs. So, I might have gotten that last one wrong. Let's see. Crystals is Pentacles. Crystals is Pentacles. I do actually think I messed that up in pile 1. If you watch pile 1, I apologize. And the Emperor. Okay, so 10 of Crystals is stability and attainment, and the Emperor is focus and stability. And these two are two major arcana cards, which is very telling. So I feel like this is very strong. Whatever this is that's blooming, we'll get more information as we go through, but I think this is very strong for you. This is a very significant part of your life, and whatever is blooming, whatever is coming forward is a significant storyline in, the book that is you. And so take this in, and then I strongly suggest whatever the hypnosis video will be for this, go listen to it, because with two major arcanas, that's especially one at the beginning and one at the end here for our little threesome, that's going to be super important. This deck right here is my, the Ancient Stones Oracle, and it says, nothing is impossible, open to the unexpected, you'll find a way. This is by the same person, the Inner Temple. So I figured, this is something blooming inside us. Let's go ahead and get what does our inner self have to say? And it says the Chamber of Inspiration. I might look up that one in the guidebook just to kind of make sure I get the correct messages. Elder Orca. This is from my Animal Elders Oracle, and this is the first time I've ever used this deck. I was telling pile 1, I had to take the paper off of the card, so I'm definitely going to be looking this one up to make sure we get the right messages for you. And a weird connection I'm making with the Orca, this bracelet right here, this little blue one with the clear beads, I don't know exactly what message I'm getting through with this yet, but I just bought this last summer in Alaska. My sister got married in Alaska, and we went on a boat tour, and we saw literally 3 pods of orca whales, and it was just amazing and beautiful. And my son is obsessed with anything sea creatures, really, but he's obsessed with orcas, and he was 3 at the time, and I don't think he quite recognized what they were, because he only saw the fins out of the water and maybe the tails, but we have the pictures to show him for later. But yeah, I bought this at the gift shop. I just felt called to it. I liked the clear crystals and that you can see the colored string beneath. So maybe that'll be more significant as we go into this reading. I'll come back to my bracelet, but there was that connection made in my mind, and here there are no coincidences. So if something pops into my mind, it's probably there for a reason. And I do wear this all the time. I've literally worn this for over a year now. That was last June, and so we're here in August in 2026, and so this is I've had this on every day, all day, into the shower and everything, swimming, whatever. So that is always on me. So we'll see what that brings up later. But the Elder Orca says, tend to your village, and it's number 30, which reduces down to a 3. I asked what kind of time frame we're looking at where you might be able to start seeing these changes, and that while this is a timeless reading, You can literally watch it anytime. I am filming it in August of 2026, right before the 8/8 Lionsgate portal, which I did talk about in pile 1 as well. This will probably be posted after that because, like I said, I am a mom. I've got 3 kids. I'm really busy. I have the time to film it today, but I don't know if I'll have the time to get everything going because I have to write the hypnosis scripts and get those recorded and edited and put all those together as well before I post them all. So this will probably be after that point, but that being said, this is a timeless reading. This message will resonate and it will find you when it's meant to find you. And so January is kind of the time frame we're looking at for whatever this is to fully start feeling like it's fully blooming in you. It's getting started, and I think the seeds have been planted and the roots are going, but you might not see this fully until January. So whenever January is for you, that could be next month, that could be this month. Wherever January falls for you, that's kind of where you're going to be able to start feeling it. And then we have this light card, which is number 32, which also just happens to reduce down to a 5, which has to do with change. So, and one thing I'm noticing the connection is this card on the end and this card on the end, they have those lights coming from the center, which is really cool. And then there's this little, I probably can't see it all that well. Hopefully this is clear. We've got this little woman standing right here, just overlooking this valley and this light coming in through the mountains, which is interesting because this is a cave, or what I would assume is a cave, but it's light. Caves are dark. They're kind of scary, but this light is shining through the cave. I suppose it could be a tunnel, but like this is saying nothing is impossible. So here I am talking about how caves are dark, and this is saying that caves have light inside them, so nothing's impossible. Be open to the unexpected and you'll find a way. And then I'm definitely going to look up what light means, because I feel like these 2 cards are connected in a way, or have a similar message or opposing messages, maybe 2 different ways to look at the same thing. But it does kind of look like the same person, the dark hair, and maybe she's on vacation here. I don't know. We'll find out. But there is that. Oh, and then we have your tea leaf card. So we've got Firecracker, which is excitement. So this is obviously going to be very exciting for you. I think this is, and I'm kind of feeling that as well. Oh, and look at this card. This also has a little, it's more on her third eye. Hopefully that's in focus. It's very hard for me to tell. There we go. My camera my tripod kind of blocks the screen a little bit. So it looks like she's got like this little firecracker coming out of her head, which is super interesting because we have obviously the firecracker we just talked about with excitement. And this is the Chamber of Inspiration. Inspiration should be exciting. It should be fun. It should be motivating, right? And so I think those are kind of connected, and they all kind of follow that same burst of light that's coming through. Even the Orca card here has the sun in the background, where if this was less of a flat image, it would look like it'd be coming through. So that is very cool. I think that's something that we need to remember as we go through your reading. Sitting on top of those 2 cards, we have the cat. It says a two-faced friend, and I don't want you to get scared by this or, freak out. These cards are a little bit more predictive cards, very straightforward. So I would say, especially with it touching the tend to your village card here, this could just be a secondary message just to say, if you've had thoughts about somebody maybe backstabbing you, or somebody talking behind your back, or somebody not being fully honest with you, I would definitely kind of keep that in the back of your mind. I don't know if that's going to be related to, what you're bringing in, but let's just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. And if you need to cut ties or you need to have a conversation with somebody, this is kind of opening your eyes to that. But on the reverse end of that, we have the bow, which says you are highly thought of. So I would say that if this is somebody in your life, in your family, in your friend group, that it's probably just a one-off situation. It's literally one person, and I'm getting to tell you, don't focus on that. There is so much more that you have to focus on than just that. You are highly thought of, with the majority of the people that that are in your life, even on your spirit team and in your, in the other realms, whatever you believe in, angels, God, whoever, you are highly thought of. And that is the message coming off of that. So like, don't focus on this. Don't worry about this. There are more important things. Don't let this one thing overtake the light and the inspiration coming in and all of the things that are positive about this group. And you know what? It's right in the center of your reading. I have a feeling that you are very focused on whatever this is. You probably already know who or what is going on. And I'm getting just to don't focus on it. Don't give it energy. Literally just leave it alone. Tend to your village, have the conversation if you need to, hold your boundaries, but don't give that any more energy than it needs to, because that is going to block the excitement. It's going to block the inspiration and the light and the adventure and everything else that you have going on. This is going to block it. So you know what we're going to do? We're just going to flip it over, because that was your message for it. And now we're done. We're moving on. Let it go. If there's a couple things you need to tie up in real life, go for it, do it, and then be done with it. Throw it away. We don't need that in our life anymore. You are better than that. You have so many people in your corner. You don't need that person. Just going to say it. You don't need that person. Especially if it's affecting your mental health or the way you view yourself. I think that's not needed. So let me look into what that light card, I just kind of want to see. I mean, light, it's obvious, it's happy, she's embracing it. She's literally got her arms up. I mean, she's holding onto the swing, but she's kind of like really embracing the light and she's letting it hit her. And I can't tell if the sun is setting or if the sun is rising here. So use your discernment on what you feel like that is, right? Sometimes in order to bring new things in, we have to let things go. So this could be the sun setting on something so that the sun can rise another day on something new. This could literally be the change coming and bringing the sun and that light in. So anyway, let's find this reading or this card reading here. The affirmation for it is, my light radiates through my life and the world around me. So, just what I'm getting from that first little bit is like, you bring your own light wherever you go. People feel it. They embrace it. That's why you're highly thought of. Like, you have this amazing light, this amazing aura to you. And that's probably cultivating a lot of this, whatever is blooming in you, which I still feel like we haven't gotten a clear answer on. That's so interesting. I mean, I keep getting drawn to the inspiration card. So I think that like something that's blooming for you is just the excitement of something. You're getting inspiration. Maybe it's just that. Maybe it's literally inspiration is blooming in you, and you're going to take that and you're going to roll with it come January, and it is going to turn into like the most amazing, maybe it's a business idea, or I don't know, there's something that you're excited about or that you should be excited about, and you're going to start to get some inspiration. And that inspiration is starting to bloom. Maybe you've gotten some really good ideas on something recently and you're wondering if it's possible. This card is telling you it is, by the way. It's very possible. And be open to the unexpected, especially I believe in downloads from our spirit team, and they happen to me very often. If a thought just like pops into your head randomly and you don't know where it came from, and you might even have the thought of like, that wasn't me. I've definitely had that moment before. That's a download. That's a message that your spirit guides, God, angels, whoever you believe in, are giving you to act on. So that is your inspiration. I mean, that is the excitement. If it feels like it lights you up, roll with it. Use that light. Push that idea out there. Anyway, back to the light card. It says, you are the light and you come from the light. You illuminate the world, so rejoice and remember who you are. You have a physical form, but that is impermanent. At your source, you're luminescent. Lighten up. Don't take things too seriously. And that kind of goes along with this card too, of like, don't focus on that. You have so much light that you don't need somebody else to dim it. You need to focus on your light and how that reflects out into the world. And I've gotten this message before myself. If somebody's giving you a hard time or you feel resistance from somebody in your life, the more light that you can push their way, the more they're going to feel that. And one of two things are going to happen. One, they're going to be even more repelled by you, which is not your fault. That's a them problem. They need to work through that. But all it's doing is pushing. They're not meant to be in your life if that's the case, right? Or it's going to warm them up to you, and they're going to be able to embrace your light and who you are, and it's going to bring them in and hopefully change their attitude, because it sounds like they've got some attitude that they need to work through. But yeah, just be who you are, because that's going to get rid of the people you don't need in your life, and it's going to bring in the people that you do want in your life that resonate with you, and the ones that feel like family, and the ones that you want there. This says, your soul wants you to know now is the time for you to shine and remember who you are and where you came from. Your essence is radiant light. This is a good time to clear clutter, get rid of anything that you don't love or use, clear out physical, emotional, or mental junk in order to make space for you to shine even brighter. So it's a pretty what's the message I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for. A very straightforward message there. But I think that there is like some kind of inspiration that's coming to you that you might think is impossible, but it's not. It's really not. It's something you need to focus on, because, oh, look, stability is in both of these cards, and potential. This has, whatever this is, has potential to bring so much stability to your life. It's going to light you up, so that's when you'll know what it is, if it hasn't happened yet already. It's going to light you up. It's going to bring you this sense of excitement. It's going to inspire. You're going to find this sense of inspiration. You're going to keep getting these downloads of how to make it better and better and how to bring it into your life. And nothing is impossible. It has potential. And it is going to bring so much stability to your life. Maybe this is a business idea. Yeah. Or just something that's going to bring stability to your life. Maybe it's a relationship that's going to bring stability to your family. Maybe it's, I don't know, whatever it is that you are thinking about right now, that's it. That's what it is. And if you haven't found that yet, listen to the hypnosis that I'm going to be putting in next. Maybe that's when it'll be triggered for you, and you'll get this download, this idea. I think I'm going to do inspiration blooming in for you, because that is going to bring in whatever this idea is, whatever this idea that has potential, that's going to bring in your stability, that's going to be hitting you by January, like bringing you in more into your light. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go, inspiration is blooming in you, because that's what I literally keep, my attention keeps being brought back to this card. So I think that's the main thing. Also, this friend situation, just cut it out. We're done. We're done with it, right? We're done. If you did feel drawn to pile 1, I'd say there was a little bit of crossover, as far as like their message was more like, be your authentic self, with the light card. So if you do feel drawn to pile 1, I'd go give that a listen. Or if you just want to listen to the hypnosis for that one too, you're more than welcome. That is amazing. And yeah, so don't forget to click on the hypnosis card. It should be up here in the corner somewhere, or it'll be linked down below. And I will, let me know how that works for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, pile 3. If you chose this really pretty raw rose quartz, that is just like the most perfect shade of pink there. So this is your crystal, and of course rose quartz is all about self-love, or just kind of like love in general, but mostly self-love. So maybe that's a theme for your reading. We'll find out. I have pulled the cards already. Again, this is for what is blooming in your life. But I have not read the cards yet, so I don't know what they are. We're going to find that out together. So what I'll do is I will just put them out, and then we'll read them all together in the reading. This is the Spirit Song Tarot, and I just love these cards so much. This was actually like the first tarot deck that I felt called to, that I bought on my own, back in 2019 when I was getting interested in tarot and finally finding the courage to dabble in it a little bit. I had borrowed a few decks from some friends before that, but this was like the first deck that I bought myself, which is super exciting. I don't use it all that often now, which is kind of sad because it's beautiful. So I think we go through phases in our life, right, where certain things will call to us, and whatever frequency we're on or whatever energy we're putting out we will be attracted to certain things. Maybe this is going to be circling back for me. Also, this is the image on the guidebook and the box, and I've been seeing dragonflies pretty often recently. I mean, like, I know it's summer and I live in Colorado, but it's not, dragonflies aren't something you see all the time, so that's interesting. All right, and then I'll go through the other. Oh, are we missing a card? No, okay. I think we are missing a card. I think I missed pulling one for you guys. Oh, I did. Okay, we'll go ahead and you get to see me shuffle some cards. This is my soul coaching deck. I thought I was missing one. This looks a little bit different than the other two groups. And so I apologize to you because I don't really edit my tarot picker cards because they're just too long to watch back and edit, and I try to just be as authentic as I possibly can, which has kind of been a theme through this reading. So, all right, there's your card there for that one. So again, that is the Soul Coaching Oracle, and I thought that how appropriate is that, since, you know, there's something blooming within us, you know, soul coaching, they're telling us something. Anyway, these are the tea leaf oracle cards. They're more predictive cards. They're very straightforward, I guess you could say. So anyway, we have the Shaman, which is very unique to this deck. I don't think other decks have this, or it's not like taking the place of another card. No, it's taking the place of the Hierophant. Okay. So it talks about divine wisdom and spiritual power. Very powerful card. I mean, obviously with like the eagle and everything in it, like that's pretty powerful. So we'll look at that in a second. It's the number 5. 5 is all about change, which each pile has had a little bit of change. Obviously, if you're something's blooming into your life, something is changing, right? Something is coming in. We also have the 7 of crystals. And with this deck, I don't want to mess it up. I think I messed it up in pile 1. Crystals is the pentacles. Yeah, I think I said acorns last time was that, but crystals is like pentacles in this deck, so this would be like the 7 of pentacles, but sometimes the meanings are a little bit different, so I like that they put the keywords on the card. But this is options and results, so that's interesting. You might have some options coming into your life that you get to choose from. We'll see if there's anything else that like hints to that here in a little bit. And then you have the 10 of feathers, which is recovery and transformation. Transformation already is kind of going into the 5 that I'm getting. Of course, if you have 2 5s, you get 10. And feathers is wands. Feathers is swords. Feathers is swords. So this is the 10 of swords. Recovery and transformation. So maybe there's something that hurt you that you've been trying to recover from, and that's bringing something out of you. I'm not feeling like that is the whole meaning of this group, but it's something that might be tied into it a little bit. Maybe something from the past. Somebody hurt you, because if you look at this club, it's a little scary, and it says someone will try to make you do something against your will. I don't know if that is like a future something, and that doesn't have to be scary and big and like a really big thing. That could be something like, hey, could you give me $5, please? No, I don't really want to do that. Come on, it's just $5. Like, it doesn't have to be anything big and scary. So don't make it big in your mind. Just let it be the message that it is. It can be something super silly. But maybe that's happened already in the past. You know, maybe this is something that we're recovering from, something we're healing from, something that maybe we have seeked some divine guidance or some spiritual power from. It's literally right in the middle, and I keep wanting to do this. So I feel like maybe they're connected in some way. Maybe you've had a spiritual awakening that has been sparked from somebody that hurt you, and through that you are now recovering and really turning into a different person. If you've ever had a spiritual awakening, or you are going through one now, possibly, you know that you can't go back to the person you were before. you look at the world differently, you see the world differently, you have different relationships and ways of viewing those relationships, and there's just no way to go back to the person you were before. And so their transformation, and the snake is big in spiritual awakenings as well, just as symbolism. So take that for what it is. Maybe that's a side quest message for some of you. Maybe that resonates. Maybe that's the whole thing. We'll get to the rest of the cards here in a little bit. So I guess since we already started with those, we'll just go into the tea leaf cards. We've got hammock, so taking a vacation, or physically or mentally. That's a good, maybe some of us can't afford a vacation right now, but you can take one mentally for yourself. And then a carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. So funny. And then they are both on the sides of the club. So I think that these two things, whether it's taking a trip physically or mentally, in conjunction with, taking on some spiritual messages or this transformation, is going to help you heal from whatever this was. And I'm getting, so sometimes during these readings, when I read intuitively or I just get into the flow, the words just kind of pop into my head. I'm still trying to figure out if that's clairaudience or claircognizance. So if you have any idea of what that could possibly be for me, please drop it in the comments. But I'm getting strength here, even though we didn't pull the strength card. It was technically already pulled for pile 1. So there's a possibility that pile 1 is connected to you, or if you were interested in pile 1 as well, you might want to watch that one. But because I pulled all the piles, at the same time, strength couldn't be here, but I am hearing the word strength. I think the rest of that message flew out of my head, but I would say that you are a strong person. And if you are going through something, or you did go through something, just know that not everyone would have handled it as good as you. Not everyone would have handled it with the dignity and the way you did. And I think whatever that is, you held on to that strength very well. Yeah. Okay. Moving to your next few cards, we have Weather the Storms. Which one is this? This is my Ancient Stones deck. And it says, let it change you. Embrace the unexpected. I mean, what were we literally just talking about? I swear I didn't look at these cards beforehand. You might not believe me now, but I swear I didn't. Maybe this is why people shuffle on camera, because the messages are just too perfect and people will question it. But weather the storms, let it change you. We were just talking about how you might not be the same person afterwards, and that's okay. You're going through that transformation. You are having that spiritual awakening. You're going on that vacation. Let the vacation change you. I want to look up the guidebook for this one. This is in my Inner Temple Oracle. Same author, so that's why they look similar. The Beauty Way. I'm assuming, at least just for my intuition, is telling me that this is just look at things through a positive lens. And so if that's not the direct message of the card, that's just an extra message for you. And we'll take the actual message from here as well. But look at things from a positive point of view, silver lining kind of things, not toxic positivity, everything's great. Obviously it's not. You went through something, or you are going through something, and we don't want to diminish that. We don't want to say just forget about it and focus on the positive, because it's called toxic positivity for a reason. We want to learn from it. We want to embrace it. We want to feel it, and then we want to transmute it and let it go, right? So part of that is embracing it. Part of it is sitting with that and sitting with the shadow and sitting with, why is this uncomfortable? Why does this hurt? And then healing, allowing yourself to heal from it, but not letting it take over who you are. I don't know, that's kind of what I'm getting from this. Let's see if the guidebook says the same thing, or if I just made something up, but that was another message that you needed. We're looking for page 64. I don't know if that's relevant to you. That's 10 as well, if you're into numerology. Okay. Beauty is about much more than appearance and aesthetics. Beauty always has a deeper purpose, and it doesn't try to be anything other than what it is, which is why it takes our breath away. Oh, I'm a little out of breath myself. Life is beautiful, but it isn't pretty. Beauty is very different from pretty. Pretty is perfect, but it's static, fixed, paper thin. It holds no substance. It has no depth and is not really alive. Pretty never lasts, but beauty is timeless. Beauty holds the essence of life. It contains within the great mystery. Birth and death are beautiful. Love is beautiful. Friendship is beautiful. Growth, transformation is beautiful. All things are beautiful. All things that are beautiful have tension within them. Perhaps it's this tension that makes them beautiful, for we appreciate how much of a blessing and a miracle they are when we witness them in their fleeting state. In that never to be seen again moment, babies are beautiful, flowers are beautiful, the ocean is beautiful, life is beautiful, you're beautiful. Beauty transforms the beholder through its brutal honesty. It activates the breath of life we exhale in awe, and this brings us to the present moment. If you open your eyes, you'll see that this world is made up of such beauty, and if you do your best to acknowledge it when you can, you'll be brought instantly to the present moment. You'll be inspired to embrace your true nature and sacred purpose, for it's this fact that all things change that makes them all the more beautiful in each moment. This card is a reminder to seek the beauty of this world and your life and in turn to create beauty wherever you go. And there's a little activation statement that says, I open my heart to see the beauty that's all around me. Yeah, so you guys are really going through a big transformation right now. And again, you probably already know what this is. I don't think this is going to be a surprise. If it hasn't already happened, maybe this isn't your pile and there's just some smaller messages in here for you. Because I feel like you would have already known what this is. So don't get scared by that. I feel like it's already happened. You know about it. And there's some peace in that, right? I also have these oracle time cards that just kind of like give you an idea of when something might happen. This says in less than a month. I don't know why it says June there. The images on these cards are a little weird. But just roll with it. I just kind of go with what it says. I'm actually posting this in August of 2026. So it is timeless. You can watch it literally whenever, and the messages will still be there. They'll still be relevant. They will be the messages you need to hear when this finds you and when you feel called to watch it. But in less than a month from where you are right now, you'll start to feel this blooming, this coming in. You'll feel more of this transformation. Maybe you are still kind of stuck in that darker energy right now. You're in the storm, but the more you focus on the beauty, the easier this transformation is going to come into your life. And if you do it soon, it'll be in less than a month. Oh, I'm out of breath. This is my third reading, obviously. I've just kind of knocked them out and done them all in a row, and I am 4 months postpartum at the moment, so I am like trying to get back into shape, so I am out of breath and I apologize. Okay, so this is my, what was it called? The Animal Elders Oracle, and this is my very first time ever using this deck. I actually had to pull the paper band off of the cards, so I will be looking this up because they have had some really cool messages. This is number 32, which is also change because it reduces down to 5, but it is the owl, and it says, trust your inner knowing. You know that this transformation is happening. You know you need to look at it from like a beauty point of view. You know that. You know your intuition was pointing you to the decisions that you made around this situation. Your inner knowing knows more than you think it does. Just like me, where I get those random thoughts in my head, those random words, and I don't know if it's clairaudience or claircognizance or like if it's somebody else, if it's me, like I don't know exactly where they're coming from. I still have that inner knowing and I still give you those messages because I'm trusting that is something that needs to come through. And that's what this is telling you right here. Like you need to trust what your gut is telling you. I don't know why I'm saying you need to walk away. Maybe that's relevant to somebody here. Maybe that's very specific. You know you need to walk away from a situation. You know you need to walk away from somebody. You know, not everybody is meant to be in your life forever. Some people are here for a reason, and some people are here for a season. Some people are here for life, right? Like those are the kinds of people we meet in this world. And sometimes the people that we know for a reason and for a season at the same time. So they're here for a season, they're here to teach us something, and then they're there to move on. Like, we need to move on. We need to learn the lesson from them. And then we need to move on with how we want to live our life. And whatever this is, however this resonates for you, you already know it. And that's what I've been saying. Like, you already know the situation, so I won't harp on it anymore. Trust that. Trust your inner knowing. And then this card, which was our soul coaching cards, was opening. And I think kind of what I'm getting from this is, like, literally this flower is blooming. Like, that's the whole premise of the entire message, is that the flowers are opening, they're blooming. Something is, you're embracing something in your life. And not only is it blooming, but this flower has gone through a transformation, right? It has literally gone from a seed into a little sprout, into, what would have been closed. And then it has gone into the transformation and opened up completely. And without even reading, I'm not even going to read it. I'm getting not to read it. This is the message for it. Is allow yourself to transform and to open. Flowers, once they open, are very beautiful, but they can also be very vulnerable. They're very soft. They're very open, right? And they're their most beautiful at that point, because they are so open, because they are so vulnerable. So I'm getting to let yourself be vulnerable. Open up to who you need to open up to. Allow yourself to soften. See the world through a beautiful lens instead of a negative one. And just weather the storm. Do what you need to do. Take the lessons from it and move on. Allow it to open you. Allow it to soften you. And see it in a beautiful way. And that's what I'm getting from you guys. And what a appropriate little crystal to have for this reading. Let it soften, let it open, let it transform, have some self-love. See yourself in the beautiful way here. I'm trying to think of what topic I want to do your hypnosis on. I think what's blooming in you is transformation and seeing things in a positive way. I just don't know if I want to combine those or if I want to make the transformation the main point. I think we'll just do transformation. So you have transformation blooming in you. Like, this is just, granted, blooming is transformation, but let's just embrace it, right? Let's just embrace the journey, vacation, whatever. Yeah. So we'll do transformation for your group for the hypnosis, which should already be linked in the cards when you're watching this or down below. So anyway, I hope this resonated. I hope that you get rid of this situation, whatever it is, and you allow it to change you for the better. I'll see you in the next one.